cold face right now.
He just goes through life with that face.
He's working on his Fox. He's taking names.
Yeah.
Earlier he beat Arsenals on the way here. I don't know who Boringman beat, but you know, probably somebody.
It was interesting to watch him play Arsenals too, because it was like the rare Fox Ditto in PM. You know,
Yeah, you usually don't see those in this game.
Yeah.
Usually people are like, let me play a different game. Play different characters.
Different characters, yeah. And then another thing I pointed out before the set started was that Silver plays pretty much the majority of the melee characters. He has a Marth, he has a Falco. I'm pretty sure he has a Sheik also.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how far, you know, it develops in terms of counter picks and whatnot.
So I play a bit of Meta Knight myself. I think this matchup is like super weird because a lot of Meta Knights are really reliant on up throw capes to kill. But while it does, it actually works on Fox for an extremely long time, like from like 50 to 200 or something. The inputs to do it are extremely awkward and unlike usually up throw caping other characters. So like most Meta Knights end up edge guarding Fox, which is a pretty strong strategy.
Do you think it's just awkward because of the weight of Fox and the fast walling?
Yeah,
makes it kind of a timing issue more than anything else.
The fall speed means that you usually need to do like downward slashes instead of the horizontal ones you usually see him on characters like Fierce and Samus.
Which is just an uncomfortable input for a lot of players if they're not used to it.
Yeah.
And speaking of edge guarding, the first one goes to
Meta
Parker.
Knight does not have any problems edge guarding. He's one of the best edge guarders in the game. He's got a bunch of jumps. He's got a sword, lingering neutral air.
And they're not even like too difficult to execute either. FS used to joke around with Guru when he picked up Meta Knight that the neutral air was baby's first edge guard. Because they're just so simple to kind of execute regardless of where you are on the ledge.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that back air is going to close it out. Yeah, Fox's up there is really good in this matchup, especially if the Fox is...
Not like this.
Oops. Especially if the Fox is good at getting only the second hit of up air. Because you can actually SDI up air really, really easily in this game. But, you know, if you only get the second hit, then you don't get the SDI.
Yeah. And two quick things about Silver. The first thing is that you mentioned the up air from Fox. I like the fact that at about a 137, he opted to not go for the up air. He went for back air, and he was going to kill regardless, so he didn't risk the SDI out. And then when Parker was recovering there, when Boringman was recovering there, rather than challenging him all the way down there where things can get really weird and you might trade stocks, he was just waiting because he knew up B was the only recovery option he had other than spamming Tornado. So that was really smart by Silver.
Yeah, and this match has taken a complete momentum shift since that SD. Felt like Boringman had a lot of the momentum, but now the SD, Silver has just been on a tear.
Yeah, and expect to see a lot of the up throw into neutral air from Silver too. I don't think he really likes taking the risk of a player SDIing. Like you mentioned before, it's not that hard to SDI out of the up air.
Yeah, and depending on like what direction they try to SDI, if they do that for the Nair, then it could like really enhance the combo.
Oh, for sure. Or high percent, you might end up killing yourself because of the DI you took.
Yeah, if you DI outward,
rather than DIing to survive, yeah.
I think this is the right play. Boringman I think he's recognizing that, you know, the biggest issue there was that SD, and if he just plays safe and keeps his composure, he'll be able to deal with this. Boringman, one of Boringman's biggest strengths as a player is knowing when to back off. In terms of like, all right, so he's got a big punish going, but there's a chance that he'll mess it up and get hit for it. So he just waits instead. And a lot of players in that situation, they'll like flinch and do something, and then he gets to punish that too. Yeah,
you can punish whatever you feel is coming out to counter you. It's really smart, and you're right. Like I think that's what separates a lot of great players from like the mid-level players is just knowing when the string's just not going to link anymore, and kind of taking your time and assessing the situation.
Totally. Really well placed with back air.
Yeah.
Through the middle of the platform.
I think he just caught Boringman doing exactly what you're talking about, trying to slow the game down. He was playing around platforms, trying to get away from it a little bit, and then that back air just caught him off guard.
Yeah, that should be it. He's going to up B here. See right there? The shine is really stopping a lot of Boringman's punishes right here.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times already where he's just snuffing out the approach.
Yeah, luckily for Boringman, Meta Knight gets knocked down by the grounded shine, so Silver's not able to like wave shine and get like a free punish. He's got to do a tech chase of some sort. Ooh, very good fastfall on the up B.
Wonder if he wasn't playing that aggressive enough, you know, going for the down smash. Silver's missed the ledge a couple of times, and I don't know if it's completely intentional because he's gone directly to the stage. So maybe he thought, oh, you're going to go for stage, I'll hit you with the down smash, and he got ledge for free. But either way, Boring's up right now.
Yep, Boringman is first lead since that SD happened. Great Dacus there. Meta Knight actually has a 1-frame input window for Dacus, unlike most characters. If you get the wrong frame, then he just he'll up smash in place. Got him.
I like Boringman's movement a lot right now. Like, he's just trying to mix in the platform occasionally, and the rest of the time he's just dash dancing in place. He's not overdoing it, you know, where you can kind of get a beat on what he's trying to do in terms of spacing.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of recognizing when he's in a bad position and not trying to like force the positional change, right?
Yeah.
Like when Silver has center, Boringman's like, okay, well I guess I have to play from the ledge now instead of trying to force his way on. Oh. Gets singed by the flames and allows him to move again. Drill rush to the ledge. That'll do it.
Silver did not take a single percent that stock.
Yeah, he did not.
I've never seen that. That was actually pretty damn awesome.
Oh, the jab,
into the, yeah, I've never actually seen that. You see so many cool things with down B, right? You don't think about the simplicity of the jab into down B.
Yeah, I mean, the down B is extremely versatile here. Yeah, that'll kill. Whoops, I lied.
Well, you know what? You were kind of telling the truth, yeah. Just not quite how you thought.
Yeah, that dimensional cape is a really strong option to use out of crouch cancel. A lot of people aren't expecting to have to survival DI after hitting somebody. So you can really catch people with that DI a lot. Oh, that's nice to me. No jump. After Meta Knight uses any special move, I think, he loses all his jumps. So if you shine him out of that, it's basically like guaranteed dead.
Yeah, it's done. And it's funny because you started off talking about how simple of a job Meta Knight has edge guarding Fox because he has so many different tools. Silver is like, edge guarding has been way better. And that's the difference right now. I know the SD was a big factor in game 1, but in game 2, you know, Silver having that really big stock where he took 0% and basically zeroed at Parker. And then on top of that, the next one, he just got 2 edge guards that were just fantastic. He didn't give him a chance to do anything. Yeah.
So Boringman might switch to Sonic. He's been known to do that out of desperation, and also he's beaten a lot of great players with Sonic. Like he beat Dirt Boy last night, for example. I don't know if Sonic is the right pick for this matchup. I feel like he should probably stick Meta Knight, but you know, we'll find out. Bands coming out are Dreamland and Fountain Dreams.
So here's a question, because I know you probably don't play as much as you used to, but when in your mind was it a time to make a switch? Like, if you were in a position like this where you felt like one of your characters was vehemently better, but you're down 2-0 anyway, like, when did it cross your head, like, okay, maybe I need to switch to a different character?
I think it depended a lot on the situation. Like, sometimes, like, if I know why I'm losing, then I'll stick with my character. But if I can't really understand it, and maybe I'll get a better perspective with a new character, then I'd like to switch.
Yeah, Apollo has like a similar opinion on that where it's more like for stage picks where he says, you know, what you should do is take a second to take a breather and then go back to the stage you just lost on because you're eliminating variables, right? If you feel like it was a close game and you're going to the same stage and you can correct your mistakes, you should be able to pull it out on there. So let's see if Parker can figure that out. And he's already getting a longer string than we've seen for the most part in the entire set. Okay.
Lots of force tilts. This is Sheik-esque. Shuttle loop. Not quite enough. Ooh, gets him with the back hit of down smash. simple edge hog there, and see if Silver can make a strong comeback as he did in the previous game.
Oh. And I feel like both the SDs we've seen in the last 3 games have come in a similar moment where Boring was in complete control. You know, he played really well, he had a lead, and then the SD came, so hopefully he can kind of recover better than he did in Game 1.
Yeah, here's hoping, man. I want to see more gameplay.
Silver's movement right now is fantastic.
So something you'll notice about how Silver uses his lasers is that he'll almost never use them right after respawning or at the start of a match, because if you do it that way, then the lasers don't unstale your other moves. So like he'll like kick them a lot with neutral air, back air, up air, and then when he goes for the laser, then those like kicking moves, that they'll do more damage the next time he hits them.
Yeah.
So like each laser might do like 3 damage, but like long term they're doing 5, 6 damage because they're unstaling his other attacks.
Yeah, it's really interesting the way you talk about it. It's almost like you're playing a different type of game where you're almost like on cooldown management, you know?
Yeah,
like,
almost.
okay, I've used everything and now I need to reset my cooldowns by doing these lasers, where it almost seems like he's playing an RPG more than a fighting game at times. That's interesting. I never thought about that take.
Yeah, that's definitely like the prevailing theory on lasers. I mean, like, you know, for what it's worth, like, if you're hitting them with the 1% lasers and you're cornering yourself to do it, it's not worth it if you're not unstealing your other moves. Especially against a character like Meta Knight, where if you're in a bad position, you can edge guard you really well. See, like right now, he's not lasering anything at all.
Yeah.
He's maintaining center, getting his kicks ready.
Yeah, and the couple times he did laser disc stock, Parker was nowhere near it. It was more of like a warning shot, like I still have this tool to rack up damage with, but you're right, he hasn't been using it in neutral really at all.
Doesn't get the punish there.
Silver's backs up against the wall for the first time this set, so he's playing it a lot more patient too.
Sour spot on down tilt will not help him combo. Reverse back air. Got him.
Oh, he's gonna live through that though.
Nice. I guess Silver expected that Boringman would try to grab the ledge to edge hog, so he tried to go on the stage, but you know, Boringman was ready.
It's really weird because Silver's missed. I don't know if that side B was more of a panic, like I'm not going to be close enough to make it, but he's missed ledge a few times with a recovery.
Yeah, he can basically go on stage there or to the ledge.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because that situation specifically was kind of panicky, like I just got knocked away again, momentum's taking me away from stage, I might not make it if I wait any longer. That's the one's understandable, but usually when Fox wants to mix up his recovery and he goes on stage, you're expecting it to be on a platform or high up and then land on stage. It's looked like he's missed the ledge a couple times because he's gone directly to Boring and he's just waiting for him. That's why Boring has been doing down smashes at ledge so much, because it's been happening so often. And I don't know, maybe he's just trying to condition him in a certain way, knowing he wasn't going to come back from that because of how far away he was. I have no clue. But again, with the movement though, Silver's just dancing around.
Really good drills here.
That was clean as hell.
No SDI from Boringman to be seen. Oh, really good pickup with the down air, and that should be it.
Fantastic response by Boringman. That's exactly
they're really
what you
firing
needed.
back, yeah, especially since he had like basically gotten Drew to death. You really want to do that. Killing him is good. It's a good strategy.
Yeah. Really like the game plan here today, Coach.
Huh. Yeah, I'm liking these running shines here from Silver. They're looking like they're working a lot. You can't really react to a shine. It hits on frame 1, right?
You know what? And we talked about laser play a lot the last couple of games. Completely changed this game. A lot more lasering, a lot more damage getting thrown in there.
Well, he doesn't have to corner himself to laser anymore. He's just under a platform, fairly safe. You know, if Meta Knight wants to approach from the air, he's a little limited compared to normal. Could be it. Oh.
I can't believe
the
he
edge
did
guard
that.
there.
Mr. McLeod making it back. My goodness.
Fox is up, he goes really far.
And right now, if you're Boringman, you're just like, please let me get the stock ASAP, because he knows he gave it to him.
Yeah, for sure. Still has his jump. Oh.
All right, that could have been way worse for Boringman. Only 22% on the stock after gifting him a second life.
Not too much blood.
Dude, these running shines that you were talking about,
I mean, he just got 50 damage off that.
it's oppressive. He's just getting in there. There's nothing really that you can react with.
Nice drift back on the nair. Gets out of the range with the grab. Dacus. Back hitter down smash.
Ooh.
Let's see. Boringman's back in this game, and it's so close right now.
Oh my goodness.
Brutal.
Yeah, and when Fox has these, he does it quick. Just like Falcon.
He falls like a rock.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about it. Yeah, I was going to say that's going to link. All right, so some intensity here in Game 4. Even up in the stock count.
Yeah. Waits out the whole forward tilt string. It's basically like a jab combo. If you wait it all out, it's pretty unsafe on shield.
Oh, what a recovery.
Oh, I'm so scared.
I think Silver was scared too. He was sitting in shield for
think
quite a while there.
Scared.
And this is when the nerves kind of get setting in. You start seeing a little bit of spaghetti.
Awful DI on that. That should be it. Yep.
And just like that, all the pressure is on Silver now. You're up 2-0.
We're back to the stadium.
So I don't disagree with doing this, but like Apollo had mentioned in the past, like I feel like just take a breather, you know, like 30 seconds. Pretend you're going to pick another stage. Maybe you don't want that adrenaline carrying over right into the next game, you know?
It really depends on the type of player you are and what you're currently feeling at the time.
I don't know. I look at Silver, I look at his playstyle, I look at him as like a person. He just seems like a very robotic kind of player. And when you throw emotions into it, I feel like it kind of is not like Stereo is the type of player you want to run back in, right? Like he'll run back in and do crazy stuff because he feeds off of that, where maybe Silver needs to kind of collect himself because he's more of a mechanical player. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. I can see that. But, I mean, Boringman has a huge lead right now.
Yeah. Biggest difference is the edge guard opportunities. Boringman's capitalized on all of them now instead of Silver.
He does not wait out to get up attack, but Dimensional Cape would have been great in that situation if he had just waited a bit more. He pays for it with his life. Ooh, good dash back.
Oh my goodness, right into his arms.
Not quite converting as well as he was earlier in the set. Silver's got to clean things up. And Silver scares him.
Yeah, for the third time in this set, Boring has lost the stock toward SD at a relatively low %. And in the worst time possible, too. He had a one-stock lead in Game 5.
And now, I mean, Silver's got the lead.
Oh, gets the jabber set.
Could be it. Oh, just barely living. Crowd coming alive. It's East Coast versus West Coast right now. It's Ledge with his jumps.
You can see Silver also respecting Ledge a lot more. He's seen that it's been a pretty unclean set by both of them when it comes to SDing, and he wants no part of what could happen at that Ledge, even if it is 100% difference. Why sacrifice the stock at such a low percentage like Boring did? He just lost the stock for nothing. Now you're seeing the aggression coming back from Silver. He knows he has him on the ropes.
Yeah, Boringman's got to pull something out of his hat, man.
all these neutral airs.
Stop
So good right now.
So many kicks.
Brings it out.
Do it.
Oh my goodness. What a weird set, right?
Yeah,
you
super
know,
weird.
Up 2-0.
The momentum swings were real.
Yeah, for sure. It was from game to game. It
felt like
completely
something
changed.
would happen, and it's just like completely the other player would start taking over.
It was a lot of fun to watch too, especially because usually when you see sets like that where there's a lot of SDs involved or players are not properly edge guarding, sometimes the set can kind of stale on you. You're like, oh, it's not really good play, and all this stuff is happening. But both players were responding really well to what was going on, and then unfortunately in Game 5, another SD for Parker.
Another SD for Parker. I mean, that's the story. Every single game where he SD'd, he lost.
Yeah.
And Silver cleaned it up.